14 years ago, I had a really difficult loss, and I didn't know of any organization or group that could help me through that difficult time.
When I went through my loss many years ago, there was nobody that I knew at the time that went through what I went through that I could reach out to.
I remember back to the years when I was going through my losses. I had losses early when I was in the middle of having my kids, and when I would get pregnant right away, it would kind of pass by and I would be okay. But when I was in my older 30s, I had a few losses in a row. I wasn't getting pregnant right away again, and one of them happened in a trauma type situation, and I thought I was okay. But inside, I wasn't healing. I wasn't able to move forward. I was totally stuck.
I struggled with so many of the core emotions: anger, guilt, shame, fear, angry at God that was happening to me, guilty that maybe I had done something to cause it, shame that I wasn't able to have a baby and I let myself and my family down, and fear that maybe I would never have a child again. It was such a hard time going through that without the proper support system.
Most of these couples, when they go for their 20-week sonogram or whatever it is, they're not expecting news that things aren't normal. And then all of a sudden they get hit with something's wrong. It's definitely very emotional, and doctors are not equipped for this, and parents are not equipped for this. You need people who are trained, people who can help them, people who at night when the house is quiet and they're scared, they could pick up the phone and call someone at 9 o'clock at night and the phone is picked up.
Once that phone call is made, the person is in a different place already. They feel it already on the phone. They love the number when it starts coming back to them eventually. Seriously, the follow-up is so key with this. I can't tell you, I see it every day in my life. It's that text back, it's that phone call back, it's that response that they're responding to us, that we're responding to them.
Everything about this program, the loss and everything associated with it, it's the baby I never had, and helps me to validate other people's feelings, on that these feelings are real. This is where we're at that time. This is how it's meant to be. Somehow it's good for us. We definitely don't see it at the time.
When we first started this program and we were focused on infertility, loss wasn't really mentioned. And it wasn't that we didn't care about it, it was because it was just much more difficult to cover. In order to be there for the people having the losses, we needed to be prepared.
We were very lucky to connect with a premier loss organization called Kenafayim, headed by the amazing Malki Claristenfeld, one of my all-time mentors. She trained us for many hours and days on end, and we will continue to be under her tutelage, and very, very excited to be able to present to the community an opportunity to grow and heal through what can really be a difficult piece in their lives.
Having had help at the hospital when I delivered my baby, I know how important it is for this program to exist.
Many years before this, we had organizations that we were using for our community outside of the community. And in this area, it's time that we pick up the reins and help our girls in the community.
So when a woman goes through a loss, oftentimes she may not even realize what she experienced and how it affects the future. So she may feel, I'm okay, I got over this, I'm ready to move on. And oftentimes when you're at the point where you're ready to move on, our bodies react in ways where we don't even realize that we're storing these memories and this trauma in our body.
And that's why it's so critical that we're able to get in there early, like either as the trauma is happening or right after, so that we can help shape this experience for them, so that we can help them encode it and store it in their bodies in a different way. So obviously it's still painful, it's still sad, it's still really hard, but we're able to do it in a way where they have support, emotional support, physical support, everything that they need, so that they're able to move forward in a way that's stronger, where they feel comfortable with their decisions, and they're able to move on with a different kind of perspective.
We can offer a family going through a loss somebody to hold their hand through a process, somebody to hold their friends and family's hand through this process, support groups, a doula through a very difficult birth, because there is a birth here.
I would love to say we wouldn't need a program like this, but unfortunately, until the days of Mashiach, I think that this program is one of the most needed things in our community. We have taken something that people have been going through silently and we have brought it to the forefront. We have built a program with professionals, with friends, with care, with resources. We have put it all together into one program, and it's catered to each girl individually, her needs individually.
We have really a village, a team, a community behind them who can answer their questions about what to expect, be there for them in years from now when they're still grieving. We're able to create an arc of healing as opposed to an arc of suffering.